Have a rumble locked in there for Stark into the top lane. They're going into the choke for at least the laning phase.
So that's the follow-up. We're talking about the follow-up that you have for a Varus ultimate. It's either you split push and you don't follow up, or in this case, Stark says, yeah, equalizer, send that in there, and set them up for a proper team fight. So Vietnam is actually going to be fairly comfortable if they don't have the vision control, because their long-range engage is there.
Alright, so we have the full compositions. Rise into Orianna. Typically a pretty good matchup for the Orianna. I was picked up in the first place. Handshakes coming in from the coaches. We get on to the Rift. And as we already mentioned, impossible for Vietnam to make it to the semi-finals with such a big gap being opened up by People's Republic of China and the Republic of Korea. However, they can still upset the standings here coming on to the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, so I want to see what ends up happening in this game, see if Vietnam can actually shake things up just a little bit. Now, big question to me is where Peanut strikes first. It might be hard for him to do that, knowing that Eugen's picked up his Graves here. We've seen Graves being picked up by him. We've seen him tearing it up with it. So I want to see if Eugen can actually attack Peanut first, get him out of the map, and isolate these solo lane matchups.
Now, currently, Vietnam, their #1 fan is the Chinese squad. It's like, all right, get this upset on the board. We're about to get onto the Rift for Vietnam, taking on the Republic of Korea.
So here we have it. I mean, taking a look at the level 1s, I think it's in favor of Vietnam. That being said, Faker's actually pushing him out of the mid lane. This is important. It allows your team to actually push in blue side, get a ward down or two.
All 3.
I mean, that would be a lot of wards.
Or 4.
Stop it.
Or 5.
No, impossible. Ward's already been placed down. And actually, you can already see Graves has a red trinket here. So he's starting out cute. He's saying, ain't nobody going to be seeing where I'm starting. Not at all. And if you so much as place a ward, I will get an experience advantage by killing it.
I know. It's a well-known fact that whoever gets the first ward of the game, the first minion, probably going to win the game. There's at least a percentage value to that one for certain. And yeah, Slay and Ron OP on the bottom side. He's going to be blocking this one up, leaning against his door. Eugen starting on the top side on his red buff.
Let's see what his first round is on the Graves, because we've seen a lot of pathings be red buff, Krugs, Raptors. I mean, it's the go-to, but if you end up picking the red trinket early on, you can actually try and push for a blue buff early. And so you can try and just kind of force the enemy junglers to stick to the bottom lane entirely and just swap sides. We'll see if that's what the go-to is here.
Yeah, Eugen actually moving down now into River, it looks like.
There we go.
Finds out the ward. Nicely played.
They knew that the ward was placed down there, so making it so they're going to be swapping sides. Trundle's actually, I wonder if he's challenging it, because he is moving towards the top side of the map, so he's not even going to be saying, yeah, we're not swapping sides. It's either I get triple buff, or we're making, getting a fight down here.
Yeah, we're going to tussle in the jungle right here. Eugen's already started this one off. It's down to around 1,000 HP, and he's got his smite. He's just now it's like, what are you doing with my blue buff? Peanut, though, realizes he's going right into a Graves who has red buff and his range and can count him all day. So he's at least going to shove him away from this jungle.
Yeah, but take a look at what happens mid lane here. So Orianna got the shove mid, so Peanut could actually stick around for a little while longer just because he had the mid laner coming through. He's going to have to double down if that's the case, because Graves not moving away.
No, he's still after this one. In fact, he's aggressing into Peanut. Peanut, he's completely out of mana right now.
Yep.
Both of them have the smite, and it's basically whoever gets the auto attack is going to be immediately onto the smite, but neither of them are even going to give it to the other person.
If Peanut so much as smites the wolf camp, yeah, immediately Graves is going to move towards the blue buff. I'm surprised that Eugen didn't try and challenge the wolf camp a little harder and expend the smite from Trundle. That being said, Trundle understands his role here. He's not going to be challenging whatsoever. That just means Peanut loses out a lot, because he made that decision. He had that tree. He's like, yeah, you know what? I either move towards the enemy blue buff and trade sides. I knew this was going to happen. Or I try and challenge. He challenges. He loses out. The experience advantage is in favor of Eugen as long as he can actually move towards the bottom side. You can already see Peanut having his role, going straight towards the enemy blue.
Yeah, I mean, luckily Ruler and Core JJ actually had control of that lane pushed up. They'll be able to actually help him out with this blue buff right now, so it's not going to be so detrimental to Peanut. It's essentially just going to be swapping sides of the Rift here.
Swapping sides, but losing tempo.
Yeah.
That's the major problem here. The Trundle could have done this much earlier on, but now Graves has already cleared out that top side. and he's already moved towards his Raptors, can go towards his Krugs again. So the experience advantage is still there for Graves, and it just means that Trundle, he tried, he made the effort, it didn't work out. He's going to have to hold that hell.
In the mid lane, Faker taking on Warzone. As we said, Warzone's definitely been building up some accolades for himself, seeing a lot of play internationally. That's what this tournament so far. But this is not a great matchup for the old Rise. Orianna able to outrange him, auto-attack trades as well in her favor.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. He just wanted the base. He needed to get his tier, so as long as he was able to get the shove out, here comes the Trundle pillar.
There it is. But Run OP brings up the door.
Didn't have to heal. You could have saved it.
A little bit shocked that one came out.
You could have saved it. I'm just saying, because the Trundle pillar failed a little bit. It didn't get the knock up. So you moved around it successfully, and the shield came out. Oh well.
Playing an extra safe.
Yep.
You never know, that level 4 Ash Arrow could have come forwards.
Nope.
Peanut. Just been really just pushed around here by Ejin. That's a level differential. He's going to continue pushing. Warzone's right here now, and Faker's already gone back to base. Peanut has to get help from his bottom lane. CoreJJ taking a bunch of damage out from Warzone actually. May have to hit the grey health. Gives a bit of time for Peanut to take the small Raptors, but the big chicken's already gone for Ejin.
There we go. I mean, immediate success coming through here from Team Vietnam. Ejin's netting himself that advantage. The only thing to make him point on is that it's not a tier being built up from Warzone. He has a double mana crystal. Now he's going to be building up a few of those because he needs a Rod of Ages later on. But I guess he just didn't have enough to actually finish up his tier. So he's going to have to be a little bit longer out there. He does need a second base. Well, he got his second base, but he's just got an extra ring, a control ward, so potion. So he's at least ready for the lane.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear it. He's at least ready for the lane. Just needs an extra back if he wants to get the tier set.
Yeah, we'll have to go for that one relatively shortly. But for that though, I mean, just playing around these timings, it feels like Ejin has just had the better of Peanut in the jungle for the first 6 minutes of the game. Has outpaced him. Ahead in terms of farm and ahead in terms of experience. We'll be hitting level 5 after another camp or so. And he's invading again. He's just going to take away the scrum.
It's a deep committal. If you go into the top side, blue side jungle, then you know that your top lane is going to be shoving out. That must be the reason why they have the rumble.
Oh, forcing the flash out from Warzone right there. And
wow.
Pino, he's on top of the Grace. Not what he wants to see. Good flash coming forward, but the response flash and the charm. That's going to be first blood.
That's why I wanted to see what happened top side, because if you are committing for a Grom take, then your top laner has to come. That's what's needed to happen, because you're committing to a fight then, because Peanut challenged you in the past. He's going to challenge you again in the blue side jungle. So, I mean, they locked in the rumble so the top lane pressure would be there. You just didn't catch him out. They didn't see the Trundle coming at you.
That's a big deal. I mean, for all that happened in the early game, Ejin outpacing, out-tempoing Peanut. He ends up getting the essentially solo kill coming out of there. I mean, it was just a straight solo kill. There was no assist coming forward. So Peanut feeling very good about that one. Actually, see how he got on top of him.
He probably just walked up. Yeah, throwing down the W, of course. Ejin couldn't even get the slower cross.
Wow.
Flash, Trundle, chomp. That's how you end it.
Yeah, I mean, typically it's difficult for a Trundle to get on top of Graves in the first place. You saw that at the start, especially when they both had red buff. And by the time that the differential has been created by the health bars, you know, Trundle's not going to win that fight. But he just caught him on Gromp. I just have to assume that Ejin had already used his quick draw and was at a point where he just couldn't kite away from the Trundle.
Just know that if you're Graves and you're trying to run back to your own tower, all you really have there is that quick draw. You have your E, while the Trundle prays down that W. Has the movement speed buff.
Sprints at you, 100-meter sprint.
100%. As long as he gets his pillar across, you're going to have to fight him. That's what ends up happening. It's just unfortunate that the pressure is completely now moved in towards Trundle's favor.
CoreJJ just resolving the wave right here. Nothing to write home about in the bottom side. Equal farm. Got the Vamp Scepter starters off as well from Brawler. Actually, Slade completing the full Bilge Water Cutlass. But actually, Ejin looking towards the bottom side, just saying low. Nothing else to farm in his jungle right now. He's actually just completely crushed his jungle. Looks like Stark's taking Kroger's right there.
Yeah, this is what's going to be difficult for Vietnam. That their composition pretty much heavily relied on Ejin just focusing on the jungle matchup. If that's not the focus anymore, how is he going to actually look for a gank? If he looks mid lane, it's a possibility with the Rune Prison, but the cleanse is there from Faker, and he's actually playing very respectfully. So opening is starting to close there for Vietnam, while Korea playing a slower laning phase is what they need.
for now, just pushing in the wave. Stark has a small CS advantage, which is nice for him, but again, not really going to be hurting Keen in the long run. One's just going to get his blue up, so we're pretty much just looking forwards now. About 9 minutes into this game, we're probably going to be looking towards the first couple of skirmishes. First dragon of the game is going to be an Ocean Dragon, so don't expect too many sparks to be flying over that one.
Ocean Dragon doesn't do too much damage, but of course the slow, the repeated slow, is what really stops the junglers from actually soloing it. So you don't want to solo it because let's say Trundle walks up and is like, hey, yeah, that's nice.
I've seen people try though.
Yes, they have.
I saw one very recently, in fact. I don't know if you were with me on cast, but
I was there. I even called it out. I was like, don't do it. As a jungler, I despise soloing Ocean Dragon. I think it's a bad idea, and it's completely based off risk. If you know where the enemy... Okay. Well,
what did we just say?
Awkward. Well, at the very least, Trundle's topside, so this is fine. It doesn't do much damage to you, but it just means that you're hoping that no one finds out.
Yeah. Because if someone finds out, you are 100% dead.
Yeah. Not even going to solo it. Brings in the rest of his team. Knows that you can secure it.
Whole family's here. It's all right.
Let's roll the dice. Let's see what the next one is. Cloud.
Damn.
Well, you had it going for him at one point.
Well, 6 minutes from now, we'll roll again. We'll roll another dice. Hope for that critical success.
Might not even get a chance because the Rift Herald, if that gets taken, you throw that one, slap it mid lane. Then how do you even reach a dragon next time? Let's see what they end up dropping the Rift Herald.
Yeah, we'll see if they play it safe, maybe put in the side lane. But if they can just crack open mid, you're 100% right. Warzone getting a nice combo down onto Faker, but little does he know, there is a Trundle right behind him.
He doesn't even care, mate.
No, he's actually he just won the matchup.
Sonic the Hedgehog just runs away.
Yeah, he's completely out, but again, Orianna just able to spam her abilities, pokes from long range. It's just, if you find those opportunities, Rise, do it, but you're probably not going to be winning after that. And there's the Herald right into mid lane. I mean, straight up in the 1v1, Faker managed to push out Warzone, so it'll be the easiest Herald charge of your life.
One of my favorite Worlds event, as you can see the audience loving it, was actually just Faker placing, in the Orianna Rise matchup. Okay, you know what? I guess
finding on the shockwave, following through with the auto attacks as well. Faker flashing forwards, command attack. Command, gotta go mid lane.
Full style. He just had his own jungler come by, help him out, pushes out the wave, gets the kill on the tower. He's like, why are you even doing Yijin? This is Faker on form, doesn't even need to use cleanse 11 minutes into the game.
Yeah. I don't have a good answer for you there, Mr. Raz, but I will say that Faker has been looking more and more competent over this tournament with Score and Peanut by his side, but Ejin just walked into the maw of death.
Yeah, this is when you're just trying to play it risky. You don't expect the Orianna to press her ult button, but you know what? If you have both summoners, Faker says just do it. I have Luden's Echo. Of course I'm going to kill him.
Now, I don't know if Ejin actually had flash right there, because he used his quick draw 100%, but his flash is still up, so
I'm giving him the respect of saying that he didn't have it.
Yeah. Because if he did, definitely should have expended that one. But still, kill over to Faker, allows him to complete his Luden's Echo.
So at this point, with how well they've been doing, 12 minutes into the game, their goal is actually to look towards bottom lane a little bit more. They can actually just flip the switch and go top lane. It's a little bit harder. The only reason they would do it is because Rumble is fairly easy to dive. Doesn't have a stopwatch at all as well. So you can actually go for that just because it's an easy, if you're top lane, you can make it happen. But if you can free up your dual lane, then it's a lot easier to then free up core JJ, easier pressure around top side. So it's basically risk and reward. Easier to set up the dive top lane, but the biggest reward is being able to free up core JJ in the bottom lane.
Yeah, for certain. And also, setting up with that enchanted crystal arrow as well would be
that would be nice.
Easy. I mean, that's the play. Every time you see that Ashe come into the rift, you're like, well, that's the play. Open up mid lane, perfect. Go towards the bottom lane. Easy setup. Faker zoning away, hits the shockwave once again. Warzone chooses to walk forward into another command attack.
That was a Luden's proc too, just giving the extra damage. Look at Rise, has to go back to base.
That was the stun down, that was the arrow onto Slay. Finds the gobble up, and it's going to be an easy kill over to Peanut.
Yikes, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, literally, just across the board, Korea just taking them down. They don't even need the Orianna because she just dealt with the Rise so easily. Nice.
Yeah, mid lane, complete demolition. Bottom lane, demolishing the tower, in fact, as the teleports are coming through, but it's a counter teleport. Warzone chose to complete this one. Literally came back from base just so he could die to Ruler. Stark coming into the bottom side, lays down the equalizer, sends Korea to the left-hand side. It was like, okay, A minor inconvenience as we take down the tower. Another teleport being expended here, but doesn't even get it off in time. Run OP, hoping it would come down, but he silenced and he is dead to Keen, feasting down on Braum.
You can feel the pressure there for Vietnam. That they needed to get something going where they would lose the bottom lane tower and just slowly bleed out in the game. So they're like, all right, send out the Rise. But the counter teleport happened very quickly, and they didn't even technically need the Cho'Gath because they were just able to burst down Warzone. This is a very tough game for Vietnam.
Yes, it is 5-0. The only thing that Vietnam have to their name is an Ocean Dragon. Everything else has gone to Korea so far.
But you see that aura though. Look at it. It's doing some work.
I do. All those nice bubbles, giving some regen to Slay. We're back to full mana in a good minute from now.
Hey man, it's doing some work. That's value.
It is. I reckon they would probably prefer to have extra gold though on their carries because you're looking towards Rise, hasn't completed the full item, sat on 2 components. Looking at the Orianna, completed boots just now, has the Ludens. Bottom lane, completed Blade of the Ruin King, well on the way to the second item. Even has the completed second tier boots. Top lane, Abyssal Mask.
So at the very least, I'd say that Vietnam's understanding the lane priority here, sending their dual lane top lane to try to defend that tower. They're bringing in the Rumble as well, so they understand that he needs to be there, no teleport. If they send him out of lane, then they just lose 4v4. So this should be a numbers advantage here for Vietnam if they can get the play going.
Warzone again getting called over this wall. He's taken so much damage, and Faker, if he had mana right there, he was probably dead.
Yeah, he thought he was actually getting a good trade because no mana on Faker, but he has blue buff. Just chill out for 30 seconds and he'll get it back to a decent degree. So yeah, these are bad trades here for Warzone.
Faker even had ultimate there, so if he had the mana, that was definitely a kill. Tam Kench getting called out by himself, but there's the shockwave onto 2. So much damage onto Slay. Core JJ buys some time. In comes Peanut, the teleport coming through right into an Ash Arrow. He's going to die immediately to the Trundle, and now that is a Rumble caught over the wall. Flashes over to get to relative safety. A 1-for-1 though, trade and all.
So this is what we were looking for. I mean, they had the numbers advantage bringing in Rumble, but they played it too quickly. You know, it was the Rise that ended up realm morphing himself into 3 people. Had they really went front to back on that one, with the Rumble ultimate just kind of peeling the rest of the team away, then they would have gotten a free Tahm Kench, would have been able to pressure for a top lane tower. That didn't happen though, so Korea still has the pressure after the play was being made.
Now that was a straight kamikaze coming out there from Warzone, but still they managed to get themselves a kill, and that kill went over to the Rumble. So it's still a win, in a way.
He lost the Wave's bottom lane, so he needed to make that work.
It's still a win, in a way.
In a way.
Is it the event all time?
Might not want to chase down Keen.
Probably not, given there's Faker behind him just laying down so much damage with these balls.
They're going to try for it, though. That's a 3v2 if they can make it right, but it's all on Keen.
Equalizer about to come off cooldown. There it is.
Silence and
Splits up Keen and Faker. They have to play this one carefully, though. Faker walking back to the tower, but he's putting Rune Frizz and flashes away, and Keen, oh, collateral damage! He finds 2.
Really well done, specifically from Warzone. He dodged out the Cho'Gath Q, so there was actually no way for them to turn on him. That was all really you were looking for from the Cho. If Cho'Gath was able to get a good turn on towards Rise, Rise is dead in that situation. But no, they actually get the double kill for their troubles.
Top lane tower also went down, though, to Korea. Turning attention to the Dragon and the consolation prize of a Cloud.
Nice.
It's going to be Mountain.
Nope.
Oh, we'll never know. Top lane, Slay getting chased out here. Run OP trying to block up the damage coming out from the ADC. And they managed to take down Peanut.
Hey man, you're talking about silver linings. At this point, it's turning into gold. Actually getting a lot out of this. Across the map. It's just because Korea is trying to just take as much as they can here at the same time, but they're now just slowly failing in that regard. So Peanut just trying to get in some extra damage, but the Braum shield did a lot to save out Slay in that situation. So really good job for Vietnam defending themselves while making the play in the bottom lane.
All right, Crab. For the hero, we need Kite towards the... There it is. It's a Mountain Dragon.
You were right all along.
There you go.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
25%, 100% of the time.
There we go.
Ejin moving towards his own jungle right now.
He's using Faker's Rise skin.
He actually is. Just picked up an Archangel staff as well.
All right, we need a 1v1 immediately.
Is that respect? Or is it BM?
He's only about that disrespect.
I know, that's why I was like, if it's Warzone, it's probably BM.
Yeah, 100%.
I like it. But so far, the lane phase didn't go super well for him, but just getting that kill back into the bottom lane probably felt pretty good for him.
And Baron's going to be coming up in 45 seconds, so very key for Braum to get the vision across on the top side. He just wants to buy himself some more control wards here, so once they end up pushing back through mid lane, then they can actually set up around there. It's going to be pretty dicey for them, honestly, because they're going to be walking up against an enchanted crystal arrow, and Faker's been willing to throw out his shockwaves in the past this game, so that's what you have to be going up against. Korea's going to be in position here. It's going to be on Vietnam to try and upset the balance.
Yeah, walking down that ramp is not going to be a fun time, to be honest, coming out of catwalk, but see if they can do it. Currently Slay and Ron OP holding down the fort in the middle lane. Dan Jiwa, who is performing relatively well. I mean, they're just being constantly battered down and bombarded, so it's really just down to whether they can get a kill in return or just not die. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Ejin, 2-2-1. Opened up the game strong, but then ended up dying to the Trundle. And push now being set up into the mid lane. Peanut pushing forwards. Puts out the pillar.
You can already see what the name of the game here is for Peanut. Throw down the Trundle pillar and make it easier for the enchanted crystal arrow to land if they deem it fit to throw. At this point, with how closely Braum has been playing beside Slay, then it's going to have to hit Slay, whether you Braum, whether you like it or not. He's going to throw himself right into the thick of things. Which is, I think you should actually, you know, a few times you see supports picking up the QSS if they're going to be the ones getting hit by it. Not going to be the case if he ends up because he's just pretty down in gold, but that's what I would like to see.
And right now, Korea just pushing up the mid lane, pushing up all the lanes at the same time. Only one inner turret remaining, in fact. Just fishing for a pick if they can find it.
Oh!
Control of the jungle, but flank coming in from Ejin finds Faker, but Core JJ safe as hands right there. We'll get the Devourer up. In comes the Equalizer. Flash away from the Shockwave. Peanut tanking up the left flank. Korea returning with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and he's in place for so long. What's that damage coming out from Faker? Almost a one-shot of that volley coming forward.
Really unfortunate on the side of Vietnam. They couldn't nail down the... plenty of ultis, in fact. Lean Prison didn't hit. Rumble ulti was avoided. The Varus ulti was also missed. So if they had hit one of them, actually would have been a really good job from them. They would have definitely nailed down Faker. But no, Korea played that one out well, kited backwards. Even tried to get a fight for himself.
Faker's got a target in his sight. He's still going to keep up the damage, but in comes Ejin. Core JJ flashing forwards offensively. Faker had the damage. Gets the kill. Now running away from Ejin. He doesn't have his collateral damage. He will dash forwards down to Core JJ to open up some distance. Extra movement speed. Start coming in again. Great shockwave. Just trying to run away from this one. Core JJ body blocking. The Tam Kench coming up clutch.
A key Orianna ulti as well to push the Rumble back. Being said, Slay, we're on OP. So close to getting the kill on towards Keen.
That one landed. Piercing arrow flash forward. Winter's bite from Ron OP.
Already starting on towards Baron. What the hell are you doing there? Get out of there, Peanut.
He's trying his best. That was a cloud downs coming up. Almost nets a double right there. Double low health bars from Korea.
No HP on Stark, no HP on Ron OP. So had they been in a much healthier position, they would have started on towards Baron. That would be a good time to do that. You know, Faker, Peanut's not going to be on the map.
Wasn't
got killed. Exactly. So that would have been a good idea had they would have kept a few of them alive there. But unfortunate for them. But they're keeping the game close. What I like about Vietnam, they're fighting no matter how far behind they fell early. So this is a close one.
Yeah, they do not sit on the laurels once they're behind. It is it's A, fun to watch, and B, always allows them a way back into the game. The fact they've still been able to snag these kills around the major objective, and hey, it's not over until Baron sings.
I love the fact of how Eugen's playing this one out now. This was the catch on towards Keen coming out of the flank to try and help out Peanut, Faker top side of the map, but he get caught out by Slay and Ron OP. They think they can kite this back, but remember, they didn't anticipate the fact that Peanut would be meeting Stark, the bottom side. So, able to immediately turn that on towards Keen, and of course the pit fight that we won't get to see, where it turns on Peanut once again.
Someone died. Stark died during that replay.
Oh, nice.
Detective Raz.
I've got nothing for you.
Yeah.
Let's just say
Looks
it was
like
an
it
implosion.
And I reckon Faker solo killed him.
I'm going to say it's an implosion.
Yeah, it doesn't really turn into anything, but will allow Korea into the bottom side of the map, and Vietnam will definitely be challenging Baron over this one.
Alright, get a stack here for Cho'Gath again.
Cloud Run.
Oh!
2 out of 2.
Oh, you're the betting man here today.
Yep.
I can't touch you. That's unfortunate.
Absolutely demolished. We're gonna have one more, so we'll get another chance.
Take a look at how he ended up dying.
Oh, it wasn't just Faker. It was the whole party.
This is what I love to see out
sorry,
of
Stop.
Tomcat's competition. You just bring in the whole crew. They literally used everything on that one.
His bot lane was just looking at him from the sidelines as well. I'm sorry, buddy. It's nothing we can do.
Yeah, it's not much you can do on that one. It's always fun to see Tomcat's teams come out there and how they end up using his ultimate. The 2 ways you can use it. I know we had the Nocturne game earlier on, is to upset the side lane situation. So if Rumble's pushing out too far off, you just throw the entire team in there. So that's one way to use it. The other way is just in the tempo. In this case, they haven't been using them for tempo at all. So Korea's just trying to get as many fights out across as possible. I know they're trying to meet Vietnam. Vietnam's been trying to get the fights, especially in the bottom side of the map when they were pushing for mid lane towers. So I want to see how Vietnam can try and play around Baron here, 25 minutes into the game.
I mean, that's going to be it, really, because if Vietnam can challenge over Baron, if they manage to pick up the Baron, that stalls it at least for another 3 minutes. And that's pretty much all that they need to just stabilize the game right here. Yes, it's a 6,000 goal lead coming out for Korea, but there's always a chance. Never say die.
One thing you have to remember is that the Righteous Glory being picked up by the Cho'Gath, once he starts rolling with the team, it's a pretty snowbally effect of Vietnam thinking they can pick a fight. And a lot of the decisions being made in the previous team fights is this Korea can't catch Vietnam in these situations when they actually do join up as a team. That's going to close the distance.
Well, indeed. I'm not saying it's going to be easy for them. I don't think anyone watching this game would be like, this is going to be an easy shout for Vietnam, but there's a chance. There's a chance and there's a world, there's a way. Opening up some distance there with the collateral damage. In from behind though, Peanut looking for the wraparound. Slay with the turn. Nice ultimate coming forward. Run OP and Agent already chunked out here. Warzone turns up to the fight. A lot of damage in return. Slay low. He'll flash over the wall right there. And somehow we have no casualties.
3 blinking HP bars. You can't touch them, apparently. Something just a guardian angel over their heads. That being said, Korea is going to nail this advantage. There's no way Vietnam can try and contest this. Maybe they can send one member, TP coming through. They cancel it.
They got a Guardian Angel, but I think they wanted the Crossroads Demon. They wanted to sell their soul to get the Baron, because right now, Korea picking it up. That could be the final nail in their coffin.
Why was the TP actually being used by Rise? I guess he thought he had a little bit more time to try and contest, but now he's just sitting in the mid lane. Hopefully he can push this one out, because that's going to be a Baron buff minion striking their turrets. So at least get these waves pushing now.
27 minutes. Korea have a lot of time to make this Baron power play happen. Only the inhibitor towers remaining. Sending up into the mid lane, setting up the waves. What I like to see. Stark and Ejin, yeah, gonna have to make themselves scarce right here, especially Ron OP actually leading up the rear. Warzone on his way back to base, well aware of the current situation they find themselves in. And Korea actually just great lane assignments coming in. Faker in one lane, Keen in the other, and the rest in the mid.
Yeah, just draw the battle lines. Bot and mid lane are the waves you're going to be seeing Korea try and push up with. So you can already see Cho'Gath, he has the top lane wave slowly pushing, but the immediate worry is, of course, Ruler going to be moving with Peanut through mid and bottom lane. He also finished up his Infinity Edge too, so he's incredibly powerful. So in these longer team fights, expect him to be dishing out quite a bit. Okay.
Didn't land, dodged out by Ejin, but gonna be another one, getting knocked and loosed in just a minute from now. It's always worth looking for those.
Yeah, good reactions, good reactions. If you can catch the Grave sleeping, tunneling towards the Wolf camp, maybe you get him, but not in this situation. Okay.
Free in here, but at that point, looking for the shockwave, but Warzone's already on top of Faker. But there's Core JJ, always in the right place at the right time. Now he's under attack, but this is a tanky Kench. Goes in for the extra shielding, and Ejin chasing down to Faker, but the shield is huge! Shutdown comes out for the Tam Kench.
Yeah, Ejin thought he can get the solo across.
Oh
my
Faker
God.
coming out with a flash kill right there. Peanut now under attack, and he's getting chased down, but a fantastic pillar. May save his life. Winter's Bite just goes wide.
And Keen ends up taking the kill topside too. What the hell is
happening?
happening?
Wait a minute, what is this? It was meant to be my home, but there's a Cho'Gath in it. A kill onto Slay. Run OP, what's a man to do? He shows him the door.
Yeah, double kill for Ruler. And that's how you know the game's gonna end. A team wipe for the Republic of Korea.
Left and right, utter collapse right there from Vietnam. And Ruler, you don't need to farm the minion wave, buddy. You've got the game, but if you want to pallet this match, you can do that too. Korea, still undefeated.
And you had some nice windows. You look towards Vietnam's side, it was no way near the Pakistan versus Chinese Taipei type of matchup. They fought hard, a lot of nice flanks coming through, but at the end of the day, a clean victory for the Republic of Korea.
And the biggest thing for me was just watching Faker just feel real comfortable on stage.
Yeah. God bless, man.
Flashy plays coming through, the outplays, the 1v1.
He just reminded me of Worlds when you see the Orianna versus
It was a
Flash
flashback.
matchup, and he is so comfortable with the jungler providing him the pressure that he can just consistently push out, chip down that turret. He was doing so damn well within his own lane that it was easy pickings for the Rip Trail to be placed down mid and the tower to be broken up. You can see the Korean fans out there.
Heck yeah.
Repping them.
A massive fan following coming in from Korea, and also for the People's Republic of China here at Asian Games, putting out the stands here. I'm just saying, I want to see this. I want to see this Korean team in the LCK. I just want to see this. It's great.
Look, of course, if you're going to have an all-star team comes out, you want to see them combine together. That's not how that works. That's not how
But I want it, damn it.
Contract lock. That's not how